if Luke Shaw's not England's starting left back at Euro 2020, there's something wrong.
Do you know what I was thinking about talking about England's squad tonight? About like how good it is.
Oh, it's very good.
No.
We can discuss that at a later point.
We'll definitely have Euro talk this
Oh well,
summer.
to be fair, we might just save it for its own episode and
Yeah.
get stuck in rather than just a talking point.
Yeah.
But Luke Shaw should be on that plane. Should be England's first choice left back ahead of Ben Chilwell. He's having a fantastic season. From Alex Telles has come in. He's just lit a flame under Luke Shaw. Luke Shaw has been our most consistent player. He's been our best player this season. He's getting goals. He's getting assists. I know he was always quick, but where has this pace that he's got now came from? He's like an Olympic sprinter. Like every time I see him, he's taken off by 2 or 3 men, and some of the runs he goes, like that run against Manchester City for the goal was unreal. Like he just, I don't know, he's been so good all season. Every game going forward, he's been defensively solid. And I mean, he's always been defensively solid. He's covered at centre half. I mean, that's never been the issue. Like you know, but sometimes he maybe wasn't going forward enough, and
I think they were playing in that sort of like back three at a point in time and stuff too.
But like, you know, he's just been so good all season long. Like he's been our best player. Like you know, Bruno's been great. Rashford, we've had a lot of good players, but our most consistently great player, I have not seen Luke Shaw have a bad game this season. Like he's just been so good every game down that left hand side. Like I don't know. Best left back in the league this season.
Well,
from the start of the season, we're not going to go mad. You know.
I would probably give it to.
And like Chilwell would be his only real competition, like you know, unless you were maybe gonna, you know, maybe Sacco as well, like for our back guy Saka for Arsenal. Sorry, you know, he probably is me in competitions, but he should be starting in that England squad. And Luke Shaw is having a great season, and I literally just wanted to praise Luke Shaw with this point. So Dave, have you anything to talk about Luke Shaw with me about?
Yeah, I had sort of criticised Luke Shaw a bit earlier on in the year, but I think that he was not deserving of it, but he wasn't, you know, he had been a couple of seasons removed from the big injury now. And like he just hadn't shown, like he obviously joined Manchester United with a lot of potential, like, and then he had the massive injury, and then you could have forgive him a season or whatever a bit in that to sort of get back. But it's taken a lot longer, like, you know, even the last couple of years, just never really.
It's a very hard time at United. There has been points that I thought his United career was maybe done. And
under Mourinho,
you know, like Mourinho wasn't playing him, and then like, you know, came and he had to talk him through games, and you know, he couldn't trust Luke Shaw, and like, you know, other such managers were maybe not fancying him, and he come in, as you say, young, he had a lot of promise, and he was a talented left back at the start, and then of course his injury, and he never looked like the same player. But you know, it took maybe someone coming in like Alex Telles, you know, right, if you don't buck your ideas up, this is our left back, you know, and he's just, this whole season from the start of it, he's just been, he's looked thinner, fitter, faster, he's looked stronger, like he's just more confident, he's just...
Well, he's put in probably for some of them players, especially boys that, like Luke Shaw, that has always had a kind of bit of problem with his, like, he's not overweight or anything, but like, you know, weight-wise and stuff, you know, weight issues and fitness issues that, as a professional footballer in that aspect.
Yes.
He's played a lot of football, so he's probably played himself into good shape, like better shape than he's been in a long time, sort of thing. Because like when Mourinho was taking him out and stuff like that there, and you know, bits and pieces. So maybe he's played himself into good shape, and that's why you're seeing him. Because even at the start of this year, he wasn't fantastic, but as the seasons went on, and especially since like Christmas time, turn of the year, he's got better and better and better.
He's been, I don't know, I think he's been so good all season. Like, even from the start of it, I think his stats too, he's averaging over double the dribbles per game than he was last season. Like, he's just taken off, and young Roberto Carlos just taking off at long busting runs down the left hand side. Like,
he is playing well, 100%.
And I mean, obviously, you know, this could be a bit of good form, but if he can keep this up over, you know, obviously the rest of this season, over the next few seasons and whatever, like, but at the minute I don't think England have a better left back, and he should be, like, 2.5 years it's been from here to call up, and I can understand that because he hasn't been great over this last couple of years, but this season, like, you know, there's been no better left back in the England, like no better English left back, and he completely deserves to be starting at left back.
Ben Chilwell hasn't really kicked on since his move to Chelsea. Like,
no, and the only fear is that Gareth Southgate loves Chilwell, so you know that could be a thing. But you know, in pure form and talent, like, it should be Luke Shaw this season ahead of Ben Chilwell. Like.
I would agree with that. I'd agree with that. It's also the fact of, does Gareth Southgate have the balls to play a back four is another thing too, like, you know.
And I would argue if he's only taking 2 left backs, I'd take Sean Saka. So I tell up.
No, I'd agree that he's definitely. Do you think that it's also too? Do you think there's anything in it, especially with his attacking stuff, that yous are heavily tilted to where yous play? Like, it's all that all your play comes, or a lot of your better play comes down the left hand side. Like, you obviously don't have a nailed on right winger for one.
We don't have a natural right winger, and then Wan-Bissaka's.
And then Wan-Bissaka kind of covers nearly like a back three ish.
See, that could be it too.
Like, and he's given a free role.
Maybe because Wan-Bissaka, you know, obviously he's getting slightly better going forward and whatever else. But, you know, it's never going to be his game completely. No. But that could be it too, where, you know, maybe Solskjaer's just going, Shaw, you know, you just bomb up, you know, they get you forward, there's still 3 men back there to cover, you know.
Because when you look at the shape of United, you know, Harry Maguire's obviously tilted more to the left, you know, he's
our best ball players on our left side, the centre half, you know, our left back's our best attacking left back, or, you know, our best winger is obviously Rashford, and probably our best player is Rashford in the left wing, like, and, you know, so I agree with that too. Like.
And then, you know, at times too, if you kind of look at it, you see the likes of Bruno Fernandes or Paul Pogba drifting into that left channel too. There's a lot. You are heavily centred down one side of the field. Like, you know,
we don't have a right winger.
You don't have your right flank. There's not much production comes from it.
Well, I will say that, you know, over the last few games, Dan James has looked really good. Like, and he looks like he's kicking on a bit, which is nice to see.
You know, less of the headless chicken about him. Like, but
he's fighting a bit of end product. Like,
Luke Shaw's becoming an integral part. Like, but. You know, obviously he looks good and stuff, but I was just sort of thinking out loud about the
At the start of this season, I'd have said Luke Shaw was our most expendable defender, and if he keeps this form up, I'd say Luke Shaw is our own, like, you know, the least, you know, like I would replace Maguire, Wan-Bissaka, or Lindelof before I'd replace Luke Shaw, and at the start of the season, it wouldn't have been the case. At the start of the season, I was thinking, right, Tellez is here, thank God we can replace it, you know what I mean?
Well, at the start, that's exactly it. At the start of the season, he was the one that was looking to be replaced.
And now I think he's the form he's in now, if he can keep this going, he's the irreplaceable one in that back line.